The following is a presentation of Region 11 Spring Sports on 107.7 FM and CacheValleyDaily.com. This broadcast of Region 11 Sports is brought to you by Cache Valley Daily and the Cache Valley Media Group, covering the Skyview Bobcats, Green Canyon Wolves, Logan Grizzlies, Bear River Bears, Ridgeline Riverhawks, and Mountain Crest Mustangs. Now, it's time for Region 11 Sports on 107.7 FM and CacheValleyDaily.com.
Welcome back into North Logan, Utah. We were with you just a little over an hour ago for a thrilling second-round matchup between the Green Canyon Wolves and Stansbury Stallions. The Wolves, the soccer Wolves, took down the Stallions 6-1. 2 goals from Stockton Ashcroft, a banger from Sadler, and a couple other back-of-the-net finds for the Wolves. Have them heading down to Crimson Cliffs on Thursday for the third round of the soccer playoffs. Stockton Jukes and Preston Rice here with you this evening, though, for the first round of the 4A UHSAA Lacrosse State Playoffs. Green Canyon, number 10, hosting the 23-seed Hillcrest Huskies, 2-14 on the season, just 1-4 in their Region 10 brief schedule. And Preston, an opportunity for Green Canyon to get started off strongly on the right foot here.
Yes, definitely. Green Canyon comes out strong all the time and always seems to come out with the head full of steam. Last few games we watched, they kind of started slow, but at the same time, they picked it up during that point. With the Huskies, with their record, don't let it fool you. They might be able to come back and see what we could do. Could be a fun game today, Stockton.
Heading down to the field now, our starters for Green Canyon getting introduced. Let's go ahead and pause, take a look at our uniform check brought to you by the Logo Shop. They really can put your logo on just about anything. Green Canyon chrome helmets, white shirts, black letters and numbers, black shorts today. And the Hillcrest Huskies in their, I don't know, what is that, grass green, head to toe with the white helmets. Green on green today. Green Canyon rocking the more forest-colored green. That's my preference, Preston, if we're talking about greens.
I see the green for the Huskies as a shamrock green almost. That's kind of how I look at it. Because of Notre Dame, they kind of look like Notre Dame's colors for sure. The Notre Dame green, I should say.
If you're just joining us on the radio, 100.9 Light FM, your experience today brought to you by Cache Valley Daily, the home of our production. It has the latest news about what's going on in your community, including photo galleries and replays of local sports like tonight's game. And if you're watching along with us on YouTube or on CacheValleyDaily.com, we do have a video stream for those of you listening only. Your video experience brought to you by Adams Wealth Advisors. You can expect specific guidance from advisors who adhere to principles of honesty, professionalism, and integrity. Visit AdamsWealthAdvisors.com. Taking a look at the stats for this one. Didn't have any goalie stats available for the Huskies, but their leading scorer, freshman Ian Welker, 57 goals and 20 assists for 77 points, Preston.
That's a good amount of points right there for a freshman. Good future ahead of him in lacrosse.
Next on the list, 17 goals, 29 assists for Tawari. 14 goals, 6 assists for Zeke Young. 13 goals, 12 assists for Ivan Pearson. So plenty of offense there. It's just been a matter of the defense for Hillcrest. They can score, but they sure do give up a lot of goals, and that's what we're going to be looking at for Green Canyon today.
Yeah, definitely. They're kind of like, in a sense, Logan. It seems like they always have a shooter. They're always able to keep pushing forward, but they just can't seem to get the W.
Time for our opening face-off. Green Canyon going left to right, north to south across your radio dial in this first quarter. Baxter Martin, a face-off win, and we are underway in North Logan. Martin down into the box, establishes possession for Green Canyon. He'll run across the top of that zone. Now pass to the near side for Max Brunson. Martin cycling off the field as Green Canyon will get some more attackers in. Brunson to the far side of the box. 30 seconds down here in North Logan. Here's Paps now from the point. Bryson shakes left, swims back to his right, now spins back to the left, opens up a shot. Oh, Bryson. Nasty work, my boy.
Yeah, just getting hit back and forth, being able to just keep going back and forth, getting them on their heels like that.
37 seconds into this game, Green Canyon's got a 1-0 lead thanks to Bryson Pabst. Shimmies, shakes, and scores. Green Canyon's first goal brought to you by the Green Canyon Booster Club. The Boosters support sports throughout the year and would like to say thanks to all those local businesses and individuals who support Green Canyon and its students. Seemed like a pretty soft defense there from Hillcrest to open it up, Preston.
Yeah, definitely. That wasn't very great when it came to him being able to split dodge like that, just back and forth, just, shimmy back and forth. But he's got those foot skills just from football in itself, so it's going to play out very well in this sport.
Martin with another great face-off win, heads to the far side of the field. Couple stick checks, knock that ball free, but he scoops it back up and gets into the box. Now he'll crash right to the middle. Big hole opens up. He shoots and scores. Bottom left, Green Canyon. 2 goals, 54 seconds. I think that's the kind of evening that we're in for, Preston.
Yeah, a little bit. It seems that the Huskies aren't being able to slide in as fast as they're supposed to. They're not reading it very well to be able to get into there and stop Green Canyon like they have been, or haven't been, I should say.
54 seconds in. Baxter Martin unassisted from the face-off dot to the back of the net via the bottom left corner.
There is a flag on the field, or was a flag on the field.
Delayed penalty, I assume, against Hillcrest that has been waived. No, Baxter Martin is being penalized. If that's the case, why was he allowed to carry that ball in and score, or is it on the celebration?
Might have been on the celebration itself. Might have been a little bit too much for them in the beginning.
Let's see what the hand signal is.
Unsportsmanlike.
1 minute unsportsmanlike. He had something to say after that goal, which is not the way you want to start this off. But you know what? He scored 2 goals in 54 seconds. You'll give him a little bit of leeway.
Yeah, I mean, in the
and
beginning.
It looks like it was on the face-off after the goal anyway, because Hillcrest is going to come away with the ball.
Okay, so yeah.
60-second man advantage for the Huskies, already down 2-0 in their first offensive possession of the game. Off to the right side. Down at that goal line, they go back behind the net. Far side of the box now, back to the point. Fake shot, cut off to the right side. Zeke Young thought about a pass. Off a stick, Green Canyon's defense has it.
Good pass, good catch.
Great pass to midfield. Here goes Hayden Schramm. Schramm looks to his right, finds Brunson off the head of the stick. Brunson takes a bump. Good defense from the long sticks of Hillcrest. Can't corral it the first time, but the second try is good. Pass to the netminder now for the Huskies. It's number 13, Jay Wyatt Christensen. He throws that directly to Brunson. Brunson crashing back in as Christensen gets to the crease. Bad pass off a deflection ends up with Christensen in the crease. 10-10 remaining now. A bad pass again, Christensen. Entry pass, stick save. Christensen very upset with his passing early on, but he makes a save to bail himself out. It stays 2-0 with 9:55 to play in the first. Couple wrap checks, free that ball up on the far side of the box. Huskies can't corral it. Now they do get to it with Young. Zeke Young back to that far side. Ian Welker now to the point for Omtawari. You can see just how hard the wind is whipping on those jerseys. It's going to be something to keep an eye on. Basically going directly across the field from the press box to the visitor stands.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too much when it comes to the passing, but if you lollipop it, it might be a little bit. It might push it a little bit. But if you snap it into each other, you should be good.
Welker's bounce shot off the far post just misses the post. It'll stay with Hillcrest now on the near side for Tawari. Right onto the doorstep. Trying to get through traffic was Zeke Young, and he was stood up by the Green Canyon defense. It was Grady Herzog getting the job done. Now Martin into a triple team. That ball pops out on a hit, but Martin get back to the ball. And Green Canyon's across midfield. Here's Pabst. Pabst through the middle to the left now. Tried to connect and could not with Hayden Reeder. Ball still free. Reeder tried to go through the legs to scoop that thing up. Couldn't corral. Still free, making its way slowly to the crease. Bryson Pabst goes up in the air and gets it and then gets blown up. Huge hit from Shine Vickers. And it rolls all the way out. Believe that Stower's wearing a different jersey. Think he forgot the laundry at home, Preston.
Maybe.
Pabst
like it.
to the point. Backed out 15 yards from goal. Now goes to his left.
Oh, he's got the silver ones.
Yep, couple of spins there. Ball pops out, but Bryson Pabst is right behind to get to that ball.
I mean, the Huskies are holding their own right now. That big hit on Pabst, which you don't really see very often throughout the season, was pretty much
Reeder through the middle, through 2 sticks. Save on the ground by Christensen. Just keeps it off the goal line. Under 8 to play now in the first, 7:50 on the clock as Christensen comes out of the crease, slowly trotting his way up the field. Now picks up pressure and makes the pass. Cross midfield.
Oh, got a
Great
chance.
move through the middle. Ivan Pearson tried to make a final pass, knocked out of the air by Jamison Stores.
See, that's when I say those lollipop passes like that. You got to snap them to them. When you're on a run like that and you see a lot of defense with their sticks up, you got to be able to put it where it needs to go.
Warding called on Stores as Pabst was trying to work his way around the corner. It'll go back to Hillcrest with 7:20 to play in the first. They'll have the ball at the 40, but I think a timeout's now been called by the Huskies.
Yeah, no, the Huskies have been, as far as defense, we were expecting a different game so far with how quick Green Canyon was able to get those goals on. But they're kind of holding their own. Like I said, you don't see a lot of hits on Pabst very often, and that was a good solid hit by the Huskies right there. So the defense is making a point right now.
Jay White Christensen also making a couple big saves in the crease for the Huskies just a couple moments ago. One on the ground, one with the stick. As a sophomore goaltender, as he is, going up against a much older team just kind of by who they've got on the field, mostly juniors and seniors for Green Canyon. What's kind of the biggest thing going through your head just trying to stay in the game and keep away from kind of the intimidation factor of a bigger, better team?
Just play the game. You know, these guys might be a little bit faster and stronger than you, but that just is because of the age difference, and it doesn't mean much at that point. If you just are focused and you know where the ball is going to be and just be able to play your defense yourself as a goalie, you'll be fine. I love how he's wearing shin guards. When I played that one season for goalie, I wore shin guards as well. There's nothing less of you for being that way. I praise him for it because you don't see it very often because you get shamed as a goaltender. But
I think it boosts your confidence. You're willing to make those saves.
100%. Getting shinned in the knee or in the shins like that with that ball, not fun. I don't care. It's not worth a week's worth of bruises and not feel goods.
Back behind the net now is Hillcrest. Back in action. Shot from the far side.
Ooh.
Off the post. Really good from Ian Welker. Almost had Stores beat. Just couldn't beat
the post.
Metal doesn't move, unfortunately.
No, and these cages are a lot heavier than people think they are. It takes 3 guys to move those, so yeah.
Tawari from the far side. Back to Welker along the line. Welker back to Tawari on the goal line after pulling that Green Canyon defense out, but they collapse well.
Oh, they're going to.
Yep, slash coming on Hayden Schramm, and maybe another flag after he asked questions of the official. You and I were talking about this one. It is going to be a slash against Schramm. I think it was more of a wrap check. Maybe he caught some of the arm there, but you and I were talking about the tendencies of some of our officiating crew this evening.
Yeah, the thing is when it comes to something like that, it was kind of a stay back hit, which didn't seem terrible. It just sounded bad again.
Yeah, half speed, one-handed, probably caught the bottom of the shaft of his opponent.
Yeah, but, again, the game of lacrosse, you're giving boys sticks and helmets and body pads. They're gonna hit each other. It's just gonna sound bad sometimes.
So a minute power play for Hillcrest now. Tawari from the far side back to the goal line. Welker jump shot again off the crossbar. Stores never saw it.
Nope. No.
Pabst is going to get called for the hold there. Got the stick jammed up against the jersey, and it's going to be a 2-man advantage for Hillcrest for about 35, 40 seconds.
Yeah, these refs are going to be calling some stuff today. You can see it. You could have let that go, but it was because the opponent did have to, when he was running by, it tugged.
It noticeably slows the momentum down, I think, is what you're looking for as an official. It's not an incorrect call by any means.
No.
The first one against Schramm I'm 50-50 on, but that's the correct call against Bryson there. Tawari around that far post.
Yeah, people
warding.
Yeah,
he was trying to call for the slash there. He was trying to sell a slash and just couldn't get it.
Yeah, he could have tried to, again, it's not that it was not a right call, but these refs are definitely going to be looking for everything right now.
Storrs trying to run his way up to the 50. Good wrap check. And Welker's got some space now back into the box. 3-on-2. Back to Welker. Big hit. Herzog frees that ball up, but it comes free to a Hillcrest Husky, and it's a goal from Ivan Pearson. Two Green Canyon Wolves went for the man, and neither of them went for the ball.
Yeah, well, I mean, there was not much Green Canyon could do at that point. You know, they did leave one guy open, but I don't think they anticipated the ball to just fall behind them instead of front of them like that. But great on the Huskies for taking advantage of it like that.
So it's 2-1. Green Canyon's lead is cut down to just 1 with 5:39 to play in the first, just past the halfway point of our opening round of the 4A Lacrosse State Playoffs. You're listening to Region 11 Lacrosse on 100.9 Light FM, also streaming on Cache Valley Daily and on YouTube. Your video experience powered by Adams Wealth Advisors as Baxter Martin is into the zone again. Martin cuts, jumps.
Nice
His bounce
save.
goes vertical over the crossbar. I think he just got too close.
Yeah, he bounce shot it too close.
Now up to the point for Carson Thompson. To his right, Brunson. Brunson takes a bump. Cuts past another at the near post. Oof. Just missed the top left corner. Might have taken a little glance over that crossbar. 5:07 to play in the first. It stays with Hayden Reeder. Back of the end zone. Calling for Brunson. He'll drop it off, and they'll switch sides. No, hidden ball trick. Now he gives it up to Brunson. On the turf for a moment. Under 5 to play now. Brunson circles back to the near side. Looking for Reeder at the far post. Short-armed the pass, and Christensen covers it up.
Yeah, you don't see the goaltender going as far as he has been lately as far as trying to trap the ball as a goaltender. When the ball's as close as it has been for him, good on him for just stopping the ball.
Pabst, pressure up the field, frees that thing up off the pass from Christensen. Pabst draws a whistle. He had a free run at the goal, and they bring him out of the box. I wish they had advantage in lacrosse. Right towards the crease, and that's an easy goal. Fresh off the whistle, Sawyer Rainey, defensive midfielder, decides to do it himself.
He just ran it up. The Huskies didn't sink in like they were supposed to or crash on him like he was supposed to. He saw an opening, and he took it all the way down.
Green Canyon's got their 2-goal lead back thanks to Sawyer Rainey. It's 3-1 Wolves with 4:19 to play in the first. 4-goal first quarter here on 100.9 Light FM. Still time for more. Region 11 Playoff Lacrosse brought to you by Preston Watts Collision and Glass. Trained technicians, the latest equipment, and over 5 decades of experience to guarantee a perfect auto body repair and the safest glass replacement. Green Canyon's coaching staff is asking some questions now of the officials down here, pointing towards the end of the field.
It could have been, I think, the side that's fallen. They need to pull it back up for safety reasons.
Yeah, there is on the – there's a couple balls in the back of the end zone. They want to move them out of that black paint because that is still inside the back. Oh, I see what happened. They put the lacrosse balls up against the soccer boundary, but that's still in play on the lacrosse field.
I mean, you could definitely mix those up a lot. I mean, even as a player, you see certain lines and you start questioning it. You just have to remember it's kind of –
Yeah, they had the cones on the wrong lines too.
Yeah, it's kind of when you're sharing a field with multiple sports, it's just bound to happen.
Clean face-off win for number 98, who we don't have on the roster. I think that's someone from JV in. Takes a quick shot right off the stick of Christensen. It stays with Green Canyon. Brunson, hidden ball trick. Just missed that far post from the near side hash marks. 4:01 to play in the first. It's 3-1 Green Canyon. Reeder to Martin in the end zone. About 5 yards behind the net, Baxter Martin decides on the near post. Picks up a double team, spins around him, takes the shot. Another great save, but I think that caught post too. And Christensen getting his money's worth out of those shin pads.
Yeah, it might have hit post, but it definitely hit him in the shins first.
Reeder looking for the pass. Near side, Brunson winds up from the hash marks around the head of a defender. And Max Brunson's on the score sheet. 3:35 to play in the first. It's 4-1 Green Canyon.
Yeah, that defender definitely heard the whoosh go right past him, and then it went straight past the goaltender as well. It actually fooled me as to where it was going. I thought it was going to go on the opposite side.
That thing might have had about as much bend as you can put on a lacrosse ball, too. It goes around the head of a defender and then over the shoulder of Christensen.
Yeah, that was a great goal.
3-goal lead for Green Canyon, their largest of the evening. And again, 3:35 remaining in the first quarter. Region 11 playoff lacrosse brought to you by Cache Valley Auto Care. If you've got car problems, you can trust CVA for expert service backed by excellent online reviews and customer satisfaction. Green Canyon, another face-off win. Rainey again, down Broadway, no pressure off the body of Christensen. Hillcrest is just giving them a wide open lane between the hash marks, Preston.
Yeah, nobody's...
Oh, what a hit. Reeder's going to get called for a hit there, and Hayden Schramm as well. There's a yard sale on the field.
Yeah, it's going to be a hit from behind.
I think they're sending Schramm to the box. I thought that was Reeder that made the hit, but it is Schramm for a hit from behind. 1 minute power play again for the Huskies. Their goal came on a 2-man advantage, now another man advantage. Just the one, but an opportunity for the Huskies. And props, too, to it looks like, who is that? Lars Dalglesh. I can't pronounce that last name, I'm sorry, but he took that hit and popped right back up.
Yeah, he was ready to keep going. Didn't even know that he drew a penalty, which is good on him.
I think it's Dalgleish. Off to the far side, Welker.
Woo!
Shot bounces through the legs. It's another power play goal for Hillcrest. And it's Ian Welker this time on the score sheet. The freshman attacker picks up goal number 58 on the season.
That's crazy. That was a phenomenal goal from the angle, too. You know, that was what made it really special. Definitely. And you know what? Good on the Huskies for taking advantage of that man-up situation. A lot of teams in high school, you know, it happens and they kind of go through with it, but it seems like they're taking advantage of it, so good on them.
4-2 now thanks to Ian Welker. 2:47 to play in the first quarter. Huskies are 100% on the power play so far. Martin through the legs, clean face-off win. Finally picks up some pressure further out from goal, but makes the pass to Reeder.
Nice.
Off the head of the stick of Christensen. He's making some great saves in the crease right now.
Yeah, and good on the Huskies for kind of tightening it up right there, because they weren't sliding like they were supposed to in the last few goals that we saw back there.
Hillcrest quickly into the box on the near side. Vickers picks up pressure and passes off to the point for Tawari. Green Canyon collapses 10 yards from goal. Tawari has plenty of space in front. 2:10 remaining. I think Green Canyon must not have much faith in the Hillcrest long-distance ability.
No, I don't think so either. I think at this point they're just kind of seeing where they're going to be at and probably really, really tighten it up in the second.
Looked like Zeke Young was looking for a shot from that right side. Good pressure from Paps to force him out, and then a deflected pass ends up back into the stick of Young. Young still can't control now, picks it back up again. Pressure pushes out from Chase Rowley. Switches over to Paps now on the far side. Pass behind net for Tawari. Staying on that far side, was looking to come back to the near post. Now he'll circle it himself. Outside the hash marks, back to the point. Intercepted by Rowley, knocks it out of the air, and ends up in the long stick of number 63, Josh Young. Young all the way into the box. Maybe he's going to take a shot. Can he get to the doorstep? Yes, he can. Josh Young off the far post. Just missed it by 2 inches.
Yeah, see, the thing about the Huskies right there, you kind of know that the defensive long stick is going to try to take it as far as he was right there. And once you leave your man, you know he's not going to really pass it. So just take advantage of it at that point. Realize that a long pole guy wants it.
Pabst winds up 15 yards out, top left corner. Bryson's got 2 with 52 seconds left in the first.
Wow.
5-2 Green Canyon.
I don't even think the goalie saw it.
There was plenty of motion in front of goal. And a screen gives Bryson Pabst a clear window to that top left corner Again, his second of the game after opening it up 37 seconds in, and it's 5-2 Green Canyon. Region 11 Playoff Lacrosse on 100.9 Light FM and CashValleyDaily.com is brought to you by Les Olson IT. What can a business technology partner do for you? All the office products you need and a great service team. You can learn more at lesolson.com. 52 seconds to go in the first. We go back to the center dot. Sticks get tangled up, bodies go flying. That ball still on the turf. Hillcrest desperately looking for that first face-off win. A couple Huskies go down, and we're going to get a loose ball push on Green Canyon. Green Canyon fans not thrilled with that call, but it was a shove from behind without a play on the ball.
Yeah.
No penalty. Huskies just take possession. 33 seconds now. Good move off that far side. Now pass down towards the goal line. They were looking for Dalglish, and he could not come up with the catch. Great wrap check, though, on that far side from Welker. It's run down by Stores, and Stores is across the 50. Cutting back to his left. Absorbs a couple hits from Dalglish. Now a long shot. Doesn't come out right. Right into the ground. Kick back towards the 50. Jousting for it are the two behind the 50 that cannot cross, and Green Canyon comes away with it with the attack. Brunson, long shot, down low, wide of the near post at the buzzer, and it's 5-2 Green Canyon after 12.
Yeah, no, I mean, the Huskies are holding their own right now, but it doesn't mean that the Wolves aren't looking into seeing what the heck they were seeing in the very beginning. Maybe they were just feeling it out. Maybe they're going to turn it up right now. Let's see.
Time for our first quarter break here in North Logan. You're listening to Region 11 Playoff Lacrosse. The Wolves lead the Hillcrest Huskies 5-2. After our first 12 minutes, we'll take a brief break from the booth, and when we come back, it's time for the second quarter of action. Green Canyon looking to roll behind Bryson Papp's 2 goals. Stockton Jukes, Preston Rice here with you on what's turning into a very nice evening in Logan.
And when you need professional help, Napa can recommend a dozen Napa Car Care Centers with ASE certified technicians.
Searching for copiers and printers? Les Olson IT has what you need. Find reliable HP printers, award-winning Sharp copiers, and high-end Ricoh graphic systems.
Les Olson IT.
From what's happening in local political elections, to breaking news, to photo galleries and replays of the latest games. If it's happening in our community, it's on CashValleyDaily.com and the Cache Valley Daily app. Local, relevant news on CashValleyDaily.com.
DD Auto and Salvage is going to pay you the most for junk vehicles. Get rid of your junk vehicles today. Pickup is available. DD Auto and Salvage in Logan. Call 787-1204. That's 787-1204 today. See store for details.
Just about set for quarter number 2 as we switch ends. Green Canyon going right to left across your radio dial in the second quarter. Hillcrest left to right. Stockton Jukes and Preston Rice with you from North Logan, Utah. As the Green Canyon Wolves on their home turf lead the Hillcrest Huskies 5-2. The number 10 Green Canyon Wolves opening up their playoff run at home. The number 23 Huskies going to have to play on the road as long as they can stay in this bracket. Another face-off win for Baxter Martin, who is nearly perfect, if not for a loose ball push 2 face-offs ago. Now down the left side, makes the pass for Reeder. Reeder right into the middle for Brunson, but he had to reach up for the catch, and the ball popped out on the shot windup. Shoveled back in towards Christensen. He's going to bounce one out. It's another bad pass. Ends up with Pabst. No, it goes off the shaft of his stick, and now we have whistles.
On him? Oh, I've never seen that before.
Yeah, odd hand signal there. It
might have been his time that he's calling, maybe.
Referee called some sort of interference.
I mean, if the goalie's in his crease and goes for the ball and somebody touches his stick, it technically is an interference on the goaltender.
That must have been what it was then.
Yeah.
Because Hillcrest is going to have this ball right at the 50.
Yeah, you're not supposed to touch the goalie at all if he's in the crease. He is untouchable in that crease, even the stick.
So someone must have tapped the stick of Christensen. Nice shot and a better save from Stores. Hillcrest getting one on frame towards the top left corner, but it was read the whole way by Jensen. Now Pabst across midfield, 4-on-3. Pass down to Brunson, and he airmails it.
Yeah. Pabst has everything in this game under control, but when it comes to his passing while running, it is a little bit of something he needs to work on the off season, or just, during the season, trying to see what he could do at that point. Everything else is pretty technically sound, just the passing while running. And I could tell you one thing, Stockton, that's not easy to do in the game of lacrosse when you got a bunch of people on you.
Christensen takes the pass in the crease. Now he'll walk out. 11 minutes remaining in the first half. Still 5-2 Green Canyon. Bit of a slower start. Bad pass from Hillcrest is going to roll wide of the goal, but almost a heart-in-throat moment there for the Huskies.
Yep.
Airmailed over the 50. And that's going to roll all the way down to the Green Canyon side of the field. The officials blowing whistles now.
That was, if they were calling for possession on that, that was a short one. I think that's what they're talking in regards to.
Hillcrest coach asking something of the official. Very confused.
I think it has to do with the possession, because that was pretty quick, and that's what they called it on, was they weren't able to touch the box soon enough, and that seemed pretty quick to me as well.
Yeah, because what is the normal time limit?
I want to say it's about 30 seconds to be able to
20 or 30 sounds right to me. And that was not that.
That was not that. Even the 20-second mark, if that was the case, it was not that.
Interesting call there. Bryson Pabst back on offense now for Green Canyon. To the point. Substitute on the field is Liam Todd now joining the attack. Back to Pabst on the near side. He winds up looking for the top shelf and goes over the bar. 10:37 left in the second quarter. Still 5-2, and Brunson brings it in on the far side. Pass behind net for Reeder. Reeder. Back to the point for Pabst. Thought about a 15-yard shot. Spins closer to goal. Behind the back. Oh, just missed the near post. He's just having fun out there.
He's just having fun out there at this point. He wants that Hattie.
And he wants it with style, too. Near side, Bryson Bailey over to Bryson Pabst. At the point, now down low, Reeder across the crease, and he scores. Throws one right behind Christensen. No one followed him through the doorstep, and he scores with relative ease.
Yeah, the Huskies aren't very sound when it comes to the head on a swivel. You've heard me say that before. Where's the ball? Where's your man? Where's the ball? Where's the man? Because not only do you have to worry about where your man's at, you got to also know where your ball's at as well.
Hayden Reeder has his first of the game at 6-2 Green Canyon. 10-12 remaining in the second quarter of action. And we go back to the face-off dot. It looks like, again, they've got that younger body at the dot, and he wins a face-off for Green Canyon. Sawyer Rainey, I'm not sure what that was. I think a pass got deflected, and it's corralled by Christensen behind the crossbar. Oh, sandwich of a hit, and we've got an injured Hillcrest Husky. A flag comes flying in from 40 yards behind the play. That was clean. And the official throwing a flag. I don't know why. I do think that the Husky is going to be okay. He pops up and walks over to the bench under his own power, grabbing at the right side of the body. I think that's just uncomfortable, but they're going to penalize Sawyer Rainey for a clean hit.
I'd like to see a replay on that.
Or no, it's number 98 that they've got in the box. Again, that's a name we don't have on the roster. I think someone playing up from JV, or maybe it's Daniel Rowe. I'm trying to see the name on the back of the jersey.
Did they already give the call? Yeah, I guess they already told the box what it was for. I didn't see the call.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the call is for either, and I don't think it's a good one. I think it's one of those where the hit looks worse than it is, and someone throws a flag from 40 yards behind the play because they didn't see it.
Yeah, in the game of lacrosse, and at least high school, a hit that makes a player on the fall to the ground, it could potentially be a flag.
Another power play opportunity for the Huskies. They've scored on both their chances so far. That pass goes over a stick, though, and it's going to be a turnover. Stores will come over and play this from the near side, about even with the goal line. 9:27 remaining in quarter number 2. Pabst shakes right in front of midfield, gets past 2. Now swims past a third to the point, gets a foot in the box, and circles back out for Green Canyon to get the attack going. He was calling for someone else to join the play.
Well, they are
now
a
he's
man
just
down.
Yeah, now he's just going to walk off the power play, I think. And man has been released for Green Canyon. Carson Thompson coming onto the field. Green Canyon back to even strength with the ball behind the net. Hayden Reeder. 2 Huskies follow him back there. He's going to make the pass right to Carson Thompson on the doorstep.
Nice
off the
stop.
stick of Christensen. Thompson gave him just a little too much time to react.
Yeah, definitely.
8.5 to play now in the second. Brunson walking it down the far side. Thought about a long shot. Now he's going to rip one from 18 yards out. Christensen makes the stick save. It falls on the crease, shoveled back towards Christensen, and he makes a good decision. Walks this out of the crease. I thought that was going to go into the back of his own net for a second.
I thought so too. When you do those little back throws like that as a defender, you really want to do it with ease and not a lot of oomph behind it.
Hillcrest back across midfield, trying to get a foot in the box. Nice run around that corner.
Ooh.
Tawari gets blown up, and they
It's
are going to
be-
throw another flag, this time on Herzog, I think, for a cross-check. His hands were pretty far apart.
Yeah, his hands were far apart, and they could have even said for charging as well.
Oh, they're saying there was head contact there, and I think that's one of those height difference penalties.
Yeah.
Let's see what the official signal is here at the scorer's table. 1 minute against Herzog, and that's the only signal he gives. Okay, thanks. 7:48 to go in the second quarter. It's another power play for Hillcrest. From the far side, now pass behind net for Tawari. Comes to the near side. Welker back up top. Shot window opening up and missing off the near post is Shine Vickers. One of the only seniors on this team. Brought back in by Tawari. Pass to the far side. Zeke Young back to the point. Vickers trying to open up some space on the right side. Not there anymore. Right on the doorstep. Knockdown save. Jensen Storrs making a great one with very little time to think about it. Finally scooped up and escaping is Josh Young. Young underhand flip towards Sawyer Rainey at the 50. And it is going to be Green Canyon ball. 4-on-3 the other way. Green Canyon still in the penalty box. Somehow they have a shorthanded man advantage. And that shot rolls out of the bag. It'll stay with Green Canyon. It looks like Herzog is getting ready to be released. You know what, Hillcrest, the more we see of the attack, the more I think that this team could be really good if they just played defense.
Yes, and that's exactly what it is. If they are able to, just be able to stop the ball. But I've also noticed they only have about 3 long sticks out there at a time, unlike what you'll see with the midfielder out there.
Carson Thompson from the far side bounces one into the chest of Christensen, makes another good stick save.
And I think they only have about 3 dedicated defensive players on their team as well, like solely defensive players.
And some of the passing has been a little bit rough as well. The other thing that I've noticed, size differential, obviously, speed differential, especially through midfield. And here goes Thompson again, taking advantage to the near post, bounce shot through the legs, and a goal. It's Owen Lichty on the score sheet, the freshman with the assist from Carson Thompson. 7-2 Green Canyon, 12 seconds before the halfway point of quarter number 2. Exactly 4 minutes since Hayden Reeder's goal. And the offense has slowed down a little bit for Green Canyon, but again, it's just domination on that side of the field for the Wolves.
Yeah.
Hillcrest has opened up a couple shot windows on the attack, and again, I think they're a decent attacking team. They just don't seem to have a defense.
Yeah, I think they're they're young. They're a young group. They don't have a lot of defensive players to come in and substitute for them, so it's going to be a little challenging on that, especially with a very seasoned Green Canyon with their age difference and the size difference, because the Huskies do have a few guys out there that are pretty solid size, but Green Canyon's pretty stacked when it comes to the size factor. They do have a very big team. So, as much as the scoreboard's showing that the Wolves are really taking it to them, they are kind of holding themselves as far as for the Huskies.
Taking a look around the UHSAA 4A playoff bracket, Green Canyon and Hillcrest, one of our later games in this first round. Most of the rest of 4A played at 4 p.m. today. This game delayed because of the soccer game at 4 p.m. Green Canyon hosting both of those events. So we do know that Ridgeline took down Orem 10-1, and they'll head to Judge Memorial at 4 p.m. Thursday afternoon. That's a very tough matchup to draw for the Ridgeline Riverhawks, especially given the resources and the personnel that Judge has. The winner of this one, Green Canyon and Hillcrest, is going to go to Payson on Thursday at 6 p.m., just south of Spanish Fork. Other Region 11 teams, Bear River getting a bye through the first round, as well as Skyview. Both of them will host at 4 p.m. on Thursday. Mountain Crest and Logan played each other at 4 p.m. today. We do not have a score update there, but I'm going to go ahead and assume that Mountain Crest won, and they'll head to Waterford on Thursday at 4 p.m. That's going to do it, except for Westfield, the number 1 seed in 4A, hosting as well the winner of Desert Hills versus Mountain View on Thursday.
Yeah, whoever has to play that Westfield team is definitely going to have they're going to have a game on their hands, because Westfield has been phenomenal this season.
I believe Dixie and Crimson are playing right now. They just started, Dixie and Crimson. That's the winner of that one's going to come up and play Skyview. The winner of Cedar and Jordan, who we also don't have a final score for, will play Bear River. Back in action now after the timeout called by Hillcrest, and just past the halfway point of the second quarter, Pabst gets past 2 Huskies, finds Baxter Martin in transition. Martin cuts right off the stick of Christensen. He's made some really good saves. This could easily be 10-2 if not for Christensen.
Yeah, and I always got to take it to Pabst when it comes to his his uncanniness to be able to do things that's just not common in the game of lacrosse, like those underhand passes that he has.
Well, he plays like a wide receiver because that's what he is.
Yeah, no,
he's a receiver and a DB.
100%. I get it, but it's just so fun to watch.
Oh, Martin off the crossbar.
Oh. It's just fun to watch him because it's so unorthodox, but it still works every time. It's so fun to watch that.
Stower's pass is deflected as he gets blown up. Amar Mehmedovich showing a little bit of resistance for the Huskies, and then just some bad stick handling, thrown out of bounds by Porter Robinson.
24, you got to get back in there, man. You can't drop your stick like that. You got to get back in there.
Across the top of the box for Brunson. Now a bounce pass down low for Lichty as he was making the cut. It takes him too far away from goal. He goes back along that far side for Brunson. Up top, Chase Rowley. Rowley circles off to that far side. 4 minutes, 50 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Behind net for Reeder. Right over the crossbar. Brunson threw his stick. Ends up with Martin, and his shot is kind of weak because his stick got deflected on the way through.
Yeah.
4:35 to go in the first half. It's 7-2 Green Canyon as Christensen runs out of the crease. Now he sprints toward the near side. He just needs to launch this thing, and he does get it across.
Take it to the box.
Taken in by Franco Wins.
There you go.
Now over. Low shot roller from Tawari. Easy save for Stores, and he throws that way out of play.
Huh.
I think his stick might have taken a tap when he was making that pass. 4:14 to play in the half. Region 11 lacrosse and UHSAA playoff lacrosse on 100.9 Light FM at CashValleyDaily.com is brought to you by Great Basin Graphics. Custom t-shirts, detailed embroidery, and graphic designs that will get your business noticed. Go to GreatBasinGraphics.com. And, of course, if you're streaming along with us on YouTube or CVD, your video experience is powered by Adams Wealth Advisors. Down to the goal line on the far side. Huskies looking for a cutback towards that far post. What a shot. Awkward angle around the body and in against the near post. Zeke Young with his first of the night.
That was a great split dodge here and there, and was able to just kind of sink it right by the goalie like that. That was awesome.
Zeke Young, the senior midfielder, has his first of the evening to make it 7-3. Huskies get within 4, but for every one goal that the Huskies have picked up, they've given up 2 on the other end.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully they'll be able to spark something up. I know They don't seem like they're into it as much as Green Canyon is, but again, you've got a lot more guys on Green Canyon than you do for the Huskies.
Well, I will say this. It does look like, for the most part, they are just kind of enjoying what they're doing. Baxter Martin needs to calm down.
Yeah, that was...
He just cocked back like he was about to whack a dude. After drawing the whistle, Martin ends up drawing a flag, and he's going to the penalty box. I don't agree with that at all, but Baxter definitely needs to calm down a bit.
Yeah, I don't understand why he was upset as well. It was a clean poke check.
I think he took a stick to the cage.
Oh, okay.
And that's why he's upset, because the stick got tangled in the face mask, and he took a little extra. Now the official talking to both of them, and Martin kind of explaining to the official what he was seeing there. The official's just not having it.
No, he isn't. But, I mean, you're just remember, you're still in high school. You can't do what you're doing right now. You got to calm it down. It's probably going to be unreleasable at this point.
Yep, it's unreleasable and sportsmanlike on Baxter Martin for 60 seconds. 3:59 to play in the second quarter. And, again, look, I understand where Baxter's coming from, but you can't cock the stick back on a kid in high school.
No, even if you didn't go through with it, it doesn't look good on you in general.
And I wonder if there was something said, too, because Baxter's not usually the guy to react like that.
There had to have been something said.
Goal line now for the Huskies. Looking for options. Cutting towards the near post. Spinning now. Welker right on the doorstep. Stick save Stores. Swatted back along the ground. Looks like Dalglish just kind of whacked at it croquet style, and it goes off the far post.
What I don't agree with is the Huskies coach is talking to Baxter on the pucks like that. You just got to leave it alone. The guy's already in the box. There's no reason to put salt on the wound.
Well, Hillcrest coach, I will briefly in his defense, he looks like he's somewhere between you and I in age.
Maybe,
You're 32 and I'm 25.
Yeah,
so.
But at the same time, you should know, as a coach, just don't even talk to the other players unless it's absolutely necessarily needing to be done.
Down to the near side now. Back behind the net. Huskies looking for a power play goal. They're 66% on the power play this evening. Shot from the near side right into the body of Stores. He had all day to read that, and it just barely stayed off the goal line. We had the line judge right there on the goal line to see it. Bouncing pass ends up with Josh Young, taking some hits along the far side. 2:55 to go. Brunson, final pass to Lichty.
Nice
Excellent save by Christensen, trapping up along the near post and going down to a knee to cover off that low shot. Now a great pass for the cut man. No one followed Rowley.
Nope.
And Baxter Martin chuckling his way out of the box. It's a shorthanded goal for Green Canyon.
I think he was. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was a short.
And now it looks like Green Canyon's coaching staff is having a discussion with one of the officials on the near side. I think they're not happy with the Hillcrest communication towards Baxter Martin.
I mean, yeah.
Someone's not happy about something, and Green Canyon, after scoring a goal, to go and talk to the official, that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, I mean, for Green Canyon to be as upset as they are, I get it. I understand you want to play a clean, solid game.
And I will say this, too, because we mentioned this in a game that we called not too long ago. I forget exactly who it was, but there were some penalties that were being called for Logan, as there's going to be an off-ball push called against Green Canyon off the face-off. But there were some penalties being called for Logan purely because they were well and truly out of the game early on and from basically the jump. I think for Green Canyon, there's a mixture of, it feels like that's happening as a shot from Hillcrest goes way wide. And I think there are some things being said by Hillcrest, because you mentioned from the coaches, you mentioned some from the players. I don't think Baxter Martin reacts like that after taking a hit, because that guy's physical as all heck, football season through lacrosse season. He doesn't mind taking a hit.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But, I mean, it's just one of those things where you hate to say it like this, but Green Canyon's just a little bit better of a team than, the Huskies are. So you just have to take in consideration that you can't be upset at a team that is not up to par. So you just have to be able to play and know that your team is here.
Bryson B-button. Spin move and then a bad underhand pass across the 50, but it does end up with Max Brunson, so it's not that bad.
Exactly.
Brunson down low for Lichty. That's two for the freshman.
Yeah,
Green Canyon's just running away with it, and I think they're responding with the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Also,
no.
Christensen very unhappy with his defense.
And I mean, you kind of have to be, as a goalie, you got to keep your defense in check. And the fact that none of his players, they're pushing too far, they're not communicating. You could tell that they're not saying anything to each other because two guys will slide at the same time, leaving two guys open, giving Green Canyon an option of people to pass it to. So
2 quick goals in about 60 seconds for Green Canyon. One of them shorthanded at the end of that Baxter Martin penalty. Forgive me, I forget who the goal scorer is. Do you remember who it was? It was Chase Rowley,
freshman,
that's right.
Yeah.
Chase Rowley.
I was going to say, the only thing I can remember you saying is freshman.
And the most recent one was the freshman Owen Lichty with his second of the game. Another clean faceoff win for Baxter Martin, taking a couple taps as he's fresh out of the box. It passed down low is off his stick, but it will stay in play. Something to keep an eye on here is we've got a minute and a half left until halftime. Some pretty dark, low-sitting clouds rolling over the field. We might have rain for the second half. Martin makes the cut, takes a bump as he gets the shot off. It ends up wide around the far post, but he follows it out himself. And it's another thing Hillcrest has not been doing well lately is defense behind the net.
No, they haven't really been able to keep the ball in their possession or get the possession back. But that just comes with, it seems like, discipline in some aspects. They're not very much communicative. You can't hear them out there like you can with a lot of other teams.
Oh, a couple nice moves from Tag Checkits. I think he was out for a while from this Green Canyon lineup with some sort of injury, but he looks to be moving just fine now as Hayden Reeder brings it back in. Oh, pass right onto the doorstep again. Wide open is the middle of the attacking zone. Green Canyon takes advantage, makes it 10-3 with 54 seconds left in the half. This might be Green Canyon's best offensive output of the season.
Yeah, definitely.
Double digits in the first half for Green Canyon. Kind of what you expected when you came to the field today. But I will say I've been pleasantly surprised by the attack and the goaltending for Hillcrest today.
Yeah,
better than I expected on those two fronts. But the defense, man, you can't leave between the hash marks wide open on every single rush.
That's exactly what's happening. There's no communicating. They're not telling each other who's running, who's sliding. They're just leaving their men open. Like
on the doorstep. Oh, in and out of the stick.
Yeah.
Lichty tried to shoot right off the pass, but he didn't let the ball settle into the cradle.
Yeah.
And he will not have the hat trick quite yet. Near side. Pass taken in by Porter Robinson. He's going to have to switch play, but it's intercepted by Pabst. Pabst takes a long shot. Christensen was out of the crease, and Bryson Pabst is going to have the hat trick first. Christensen quite upset. And I'll tell you who else is upset. Porter Robinson hasn't moved from the spot that he threw that pass.
Yeah, he kind of gets in his own head, and you can tell you're dropping the stick, you're dropping your head. That's not, you got to keep it going. You got to forget those things that happen like that. But that was great on Pabst. He saw an opportunity for that hat trick, and he got it.
So Green Canyon now has 4 unanswered in just the last 3 minutes of this second quarter. Hillcrest was somewhat into it. Porter Robinson just threw his stick onto the field as we're getting ready for a face-off.
Yeah, that's...
And as one of the very few seniors on this team, you've got to have a little bit more of a backbone than that.
Yeah.
You've got to lead by example when your team is made up of mostly freshmen and sophomores. And now we've got Sawyer Rainey in the box on the near side. I think for an unsportsmanlike, but I missed the hand signal.
It could be. I mean, we saw what happened over there.
Excessive celebration is the call.
Oh, okay.
Green Canyon's going to drop back and defend within 10 yards of the net. Hillcrest back on the power play with 20 seconds left in the half. You'd love a big morale goal. Again, Green Canyon, 4 unanswered goals in less than 3 minutes. Bounce across the face of goal. Looked like Storrs had that covered either way, but it missed the far post. 10.8 to play in the second quarter. Maybe one more shot coming from the Huskies as they bring this out of the far corner. Tawari on the far side, spins back in towards the middle. Pass across the hash marks. Down to the goal line with 2 seconds left. Awkward angle shot, rebound secured, then a late shot still saved by Storrs. And it'll stay 11-3 as we go to halftime. Preston, things got a little bit weirdly heated in this second quarter. Baxter Martin takes a hit and maybe hears something he doesn't like. But either way, it's 11-3 Green Canyon, and you can't really complain about anything in this game so far.
No, as far as Green Canyon, at this point, if they get a lot of if from here on out the refs are kind of on Green Canyon a little bit too much with the flags, you just got to take them on the chin. You're winning 3-11 right now. Granted, it might not be fun to have that happen, but you're up by a good amount. Take it on the chin and go. The Huskies seem to be kind of deflated right now. You hate to see it, but some teams just can't pull it out sometimes, and it seems that the Huskies right now are definitely not happy with the results.
We're going to take a quick break here as it's time for your Young Toyota and Young Honda halftime break for 100 years delivering an exceptional customer experience. Think young, drive young. Stockton Jukes and Preston Rice here with you on 100.9 Light FM and Cache Valley Daily. We'll be right back in about 8 minutes' time for the second half. Green Canyon in firm control this evening.
Chasing waterfalls. Please stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. I know that you're gonna have it your way.
Make it 3 years in a row. Advanced Heating and AC is honored to be Best of Northern Utah Gold Medalist. Thank you for your support and vote of confidence in their company. Advanced Heating and AC online at advancedheating-ac.com.
Preston Watts Collision and Glass has been your #1 resource for collision repair and auto glass. We specialize in windshield repairs. Competitive prices, call Preston Watts Collision and Glass at 563-3215. We do it right.
Great Basin Graphics has quality screen printing, detailed embroidery, and award-winning graphic designers. The right look, the right design, the perfect fit. Get noticed with GBG. Get your order in today for spring products. Google Great Basin Graphics for screen printing and embroidery. 966 West 400 North in Logan.
Green Canyon High School would like to say thanks to all their Alpha sponsors for supporting Green Canyon sports this year. For a list of sponsors and other athletic information, visit greencanyonhighschoolathletics.org.
When your car isn't working right, you just need someone who can help make your life a little easier. Cache Valley Auto Care can. Hear what people are saying online.
They'll always take the time to help you understand what they're doing to your car and go above and beyond to solve your issue.
Cache Valley Auto Care.
I have a deal for you. I'll turn the cable back on when you get my kitchen floor finished.
How do I do that in time to watch my team win?
Use the expert help at Castalite. For all your brick, block, rock, paver, and tile needs, Castalite.com.
When a client walks into the office, I want them to feel like they have a team that is full-time working for them.
We really start from the ground up, setting our goals, understanding your situation, and then building the plan to maximize that quality of life.
Visit Adams Wealth Advisors.
They really can put your logo on just about anything. That's what they do at the Logo Shop. Businesses, teams, booster clubs, school organizations, call the Logo Shop and have them show you the possibilities. The Logo Shop, committed to schools, teams, and youth groups.
Locker 42. This is the store for Aggie fans. All your favorite apparel with an Aggie logo. Stay warm and fashionable in a cocoon blanket or a coat. Pick out a warm Aggie beanie. Choose a hat from Locker 42's wall of hats. This is the store where Aggie fans shop. Locker 42, downtown Logan.
Find the parts and the oil you need to keep your car and equipment running its best at your locally owned Napa Auto Parts. All the best brand names. And when you need professional help, Napa can recommend a dozen Napa Car Care Centers with ASE certified technicians.
Searching for copiers and printers? Les Olson IT has what you need. Find reliable HP printers, award-winning Sharp copiers, and high-end Ricoh graphic systems.
Les Olson IT.
From what's happening in local political elections, to breaking news, to photo galleries and replays of the latest games. If it's happening in our community, it's on CacheValleyDaily.com and the Cache Valley Daily app. Local, relevant news on CacheValleyDaily.com.
DD Auto and Salvage is going to pay you the most for junk vehicles. Get rid of your junk vehicles today. Pickup is available. DD Auto and Salvage in Logan. Call 787-1204. That's 787-1204 today. See store for details.
Make it 3 years in a row. Advanced Heating and AC is honored to be Best of Northern Utah Gold Medalist. Thank you for your support and vote of confidence in their company. Advanced Heating and AC online at advancedheating-ac.com.
Preston Watts Collision and Glass has been your #1 resource for collision repair and auto glass. We specialize in windshield repairs. Competitive prices, call Preston Watts Collision and Glass at 563-3215. We do it right.
Great Basin Graphics has quality screen printing, detailed embroidery, and award-winning graphic designers. The right look, the right design, the perfect fit. Get noticed with GBG. Get your order in today for spring products. Google Great Basin Graphics for screen printing and embroidery. 966 West 400 North in Logan.
Green Canyon High School would like to say thanks to all their Alpha sponsors for supporting Green Canyon sports this year. For a list of sponsors and other athletic information, visit greencanyonhighschoolathletics.org.
When your car isn't working right, you just need someone who can help make your life a little easier. Cache Valley Auto Care can. Hear what people are saying online.
They'll always take the time to help you understand what they're doing to your car and go above and beyond to solve your issue.
Cache Valley Auto Care.
I have a deal for you. I'll turn the cable back on when you get my kitchen floor finished.
How do I do that in time to watch my team win?
Use the expert help at Castalite. For all your brick, block, rock, paver, and tile needs, Castalite.com.
When a client walks into the office, I want them to feel like they have a team that is full-time working for them.
We really start from the ground up, setting our goals, understanding your situation, and then building the plan to maximize that quality of life.
Visit Adams Wealth Advisors.
They really can put your logo on just about anything. That's what they do at the Logo Shop. Businesses, teams, booster clubs, school organizations. Call the Logo Shop and have them show you the possibilities. The Logo Shop, committed to schools, teams, and youth groups.
Locker 42. This is the store for Aggie fans. All your favorite apparel with an Aggie logo. Stay warm and fashionable in a cocoon blanket or a coat. Pick out a warm Aggie beanie. Choose a hat from Locker 42's wall of hats. This is the store where Aggie fans shop. Locker 42, downtown Logan.
Find the parts and the oil you need to keep your car and equipment running its best at your locally owned Napa Auto Parts. All the best brand names. And when you need professional help, Napa can recommend a dozen Napa Car Care Centers with ASE certified technicians.
Searching for copiers and printers? Les Olson IT has what you need. Find reliable HP printers, award-winning Sharp copiers, and high-end Ricoh graphic systems.
Les Olson IT.
From what's happening in local political elections, to breaking news, to photo galleries and replays of the latest games. If it's happening in our community, it's on CacheValleyDaily.com and the Cache Valley Daily app. Local, relevant news on CacheValleyDaily.com.
DD Auto and Salvage is going to pay you the most for junk vehicles. Get rid of your junk vehicles today. Pickup is available. DD Auto and Salvage in Logan. Call 787-1204. That's 787-1204 today. See store for details.
Make it 3 years in a row. Advanced Heating and AC is honored to be Best of Northern Utah Gold Medalist. Thank you for your support and vote of confidence in their company. Advanced Heating and AC online at advancedheating-ac.com.
Preston Watts Collision and Glass has been your #1 resource for collision repair and auto glass. We specialize in windshield repairs. Competitive prices, call Preston Watts Collision and Glass at 563-3215. We do it right.
Great Basin Graphics has quality screen printing, detailed embroidery, and award-winning graphic designers. The right look, the right design, the perfect fit. Get noticed with GBG. Get your order in today for spring products. Google Great Basin Graphics for screen printing and embroidery. 966 West 400 North in Logan.
Green Canyon High School would like to say thanks to all their Alpha sponsors for supporting Green Canyon sports this year. For a list of sponsors and other athletic information, visit greencanyonhighschoolathletics.org.
When your car isn't working right, you just need someone who can help make your life a little easier. Cache Valley Auto Care can. Hear what people are saying online.
They'll always take the time to help you understand what they're doing to your car and go above and beyond to solve your issue.
Cache Valley Auto Care.
Welcome back into North Logan. Just about time for the start of the second half. Stock the Jukes, Preston Rice with you here on 100.9 Light FM and CashValleyDaily.com. Also streaming on YouTube. Your video experience is powered by Adams Wealth Advisors. Sawyer Rainey still in the box after halftime. Picked up a penalty with 22 seconds remaining in that first half. So 38-second power play for Hillcrest. Out of the break, they'll have the ball on the near side along the goal line. And we're back in play. Tawari fakes a pass, now goes up top. Zeke Young across the top of the box. Now to Welker on the right side, into the middle, and just missing. Good check to force that shot wide. Tawari now from behind the net. Awkward angle shot from Welker, knocked down and saved by Stores. Now to the near side. The other Stores into the middle. Trying to make a move. Ball pops out at midfield on Green Canyon. Scooped up. Now sent into Dalglish down the right side. Pass to Welker. Welker back to the point. Zeke Young way outside. Scores from 16 yards out.
That was probably one of the nastiest shots we've seen all night. That was a great, great shot. Put a lot of oomph to it to the point where he even kind of like joust fell.
A great goal out of the halftime break to give a little bit of a morale boost to this Hillcrest team. 50 seconds into the third quarter, 11-10 remaining now in the third. Zeke Young with his second of the game. Preston, what's that going to do for the Hillcrest momentum? Obviously, it's a long road back, but that's got to give you some sort of hope.
I mean, hopefully. You still kind of see a lot of them kind of like slouching a little bit. Maybe they don't know what they want. Maybe if they get closer to the 11 spot, but at this point, just their body language doesn't show that they kind of even want to be here, and I hate to even say it like that, but sometimes it's just your season, you want your season to be over, and I've known teams that have had that mentality, so I hope it pushes them a little bit.
Well, and something that I kind of hate to see, too, because I was getting ready to say earlier, it looks like for the most part they're out there having fun. They kind of understand, 2-14 coming into the playoffs, not a high chance you're going to have to play on the road the whole time, but they're still playing lacrosse, having fun.
Oh, yeah.
That kind of went away at the end of the second quarter, and you're hoping that starts to come back for them.
Exactly. If you're just having fun at this time, I mean, a lot of them are freshmen.
Oh, Hayden Schramm. Dusts his way past three Huskies. All they can do is sit and watch. Now finds Brunson. Ooh, just near post and wide.
Yeah, a lot of these guys are freshmen on their team. I mean, this isn't their last season. Maybe a handful of them it is, but it's just it might not be their year. You don't know until it's over.
And Hillcrest in all sports except football is going to be moving up to 5A next year.
Okay.
I think for football as well. Great pass into the middle, just over the stick of Stowers. I thought he came down with it, but it deflects off and all the way back to midfield. Now we've got offside on Green Canyon. They're going to say that Stowers took a toe over the 50. Tawari starts the play off down the near side for Young. Nice wrap check from Stowers. That ball recovered by Sawyer Rainey. Rainey gets around two Huskies, takes a huge swing, and keeps it moving. Great pass in transition down the far side. Riley Anderson makes another pass for Brunson. Tried to squeeze it in the top right corner and just again ran out of real estate. 9:52 to play in the third. It'll stay with Green Canyon. Owen Lichty out of the end zone from the far side of the field. Back to Brunson behind net. Brunson to the near side. Up the line. Now finds tag Checketts. Checketts cuts toward the middle. Backs away from a second bit of pressure, and he'll find Max Brunson on the near side again. Brunson, low shot off the body of Christensen, stays with Green Canyon. 9:33 to go in the third quarter. 11-4. Hillcrest opening up the second half with a goal from Zeke Young, his second of the night. Now Stowers from the near side goes back to Reeder behind the net. Right back to Trev. Up the line on the near side, now to the point for Checketts, gets it right back again. Stowers jabs left, cuts right, down the hash marks.
Nice defense.
Excellent stick check, knocks that ball free, but it bounces perfectly for Hayden Reeder. 9:05 to go. Reeder trying to pass right onto the doorstep. It's intercepted by Christensen. I lost that thing for a second. Great read by the goalie.
I didn't think he did catch it, but I was also skeptic that he did, so should have went with my first instinct.
Reeder showing pressure in front of the 50. His hit knocks the ball free, but he can't get back to it. Now a desperation pass goes to Green Canyon. Still bouncing around the 50, taken in by Hillcrest. Underhand flipped back across the 50, and Green Canyon's long sticks have it.
There's
into the middle.
Flag.
Flag coming on the Huskies as a shot goes over the crossbar, and Christensen, I think, was closest to it, but it is going to be a Hillcrest slash. Guilty party is number 12, the junior midfielder Franco Wins. 8:28 to play in the third. Green Canyon, it's Tawari. Wins was just coming off as a substitute. Tawari is the guilty party on the slash. It'll be a 60-second power play for Green Canyon and a chance to put their lead back at 8. Green Canyon's first power play of the evening, I believe, is brought to you by Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning. Schedule your service call on their website, advancedheating-ac.com. Far side, Reeder down to the goal line. Baxter Martin off the body of Christensen. That'll roll out over the near side boundary. Brought back in by Brunson. 15 seconds off the power play now. Green Canyon to the far side for Checketts. Circling, Checketts back down to the doorstep. Brunson underneath it, just a little too much over the crossbar. About 35 seconds remain on the power play. Now it's Paps behind the net, over the crossbar, bounces in front of Checketts, gets past him. It'll stop before the 50, and it's scooped up by Rowley. Chase Rowley now goes to his left. Checketts, Rowley. Stick check forces a bad pass. Checketts cannot run it down. It'll go back to Hillcrest. 7:42 to go. Just about 15 seconds remaining on the power play for Green Canyon. Hillcrest should be able to run this one out. About 8:15 local time now. Sun is just about down, and with how cold it has been today already, the temperature is going to drop even a little bit more. Bad turnover on the far side by Hillcrest. 10 seconds left on the power play for Green Canyon. Checketts to the near side. Brunson.
Nice.
Stick save. Christensen stood him up on the top shelf. Tawari is released for Hillcrest. They survive and kill off that minute penalty. Christensen doesn't know where to pass this thing. He's going to run all the way up to the 30. Short arms it to Tawari. That was dangerous. Brunson was right there. Now Tawari takes a couple bumps, and they're going to have a possession violation. Yeah. Green Canyon's ball before midfield.
You got to be aware.
7:10 remaining in the third. Green Canyon leading 11-4. Now here's Checketts.
Nice check.
Great stick check. That was number 11, Zach Richardson, freeing that ball up. He was the last man to beat as well. Now Baxter Martin gets back to it at the point. To his left for Rowley. Rowley was not expecting it, and it missed him wide. Checketts, for some reason, slowed the run down. He could have run that down, but he thought he was going to run out of time before he actually did. 6 minutes, 50 seconds remaining in the third. Hillcrest right to left in this third quarter of action. Bad pass, ends up with Brunson. Huge wrap check from Zeke Young. Gets him that ball right back. Zeke Young, I got to say, really trying to drag these Huskies back into the game. Bryson Paps throws a shoulder, frees that ball up. It's scooped up still by Wins. 6.5 to play as Wins goes to the far side, needs to get a foot in the box. Still on the outside of the box, looking in now, forcing his way in is Welker. Tried to swim past a second Wolf, and that ball got freed up, but they are going to whistle Green Canyon for something just inside the box. I think it was a push.
Could have been. I didn't see much of anything, to tell you the truth, in that.
6:15 to play now in the third. Welker cuts back up into the box, takes the shot, bounces into Stores, and he makes the save. Pass to Pabst. Pabst floats, stutters, gets past a wrap check. He's still got the ball. 6 minutes to go, halfway through the third. Pass down that far side for Reeder. Another final pass, bounce shot, stick save, Christensen again. Jay Wyatt Christensen, despite what the scoreboard says, has been making some excellent saves tonight.
Oh, yeah, definitely. If he wasn't in the cage right now, it'd be a completely different game.
I think it would be 20-4 right now.
Close, too.
Far side, Welker. That ball bounces before he can scoop it up. Now takes a couple whacks from Stores on the far side. Gets back into the box. Pass up to Vickers at the point. Vickers looking to his right. Gets it back to Welker. Welker down behind net now. Pearson. Near side for Young. Young trying to get his way back toward that near post. Circles up top. Now 15 yards out. Passes across the top of the box. Vickers cuts right. Makes the shot. I think Stores got a stick on that and forces it wide right.
Yeah, no, he made that defender look silly right there with that dodge right there. That was beautiful.
Now back to the near side. Young across the top for Vickers. Under 5 to play in the third. Vickers jogs back over to the right. Sped it up for a second. Now short pass to the top of the box. Tawari's shot through 2 different hits goes wide right. Another shot off the shin of Grady Herzog. Forced out of play. It'll stay with Hillcrest. 4:35 to play in the third. Herzog throws his stick out there and deflects that pass. It'll go out on the near side and stay with Hillcrest in front of their own bench. Back in the game, Zeke Young. Top of the box. Rifles one across. Far side for Welker. Welker gets past one, takes a couple whacks, gets the shot off and scores.
Nice.
Ian Welker has his second of the game. 4:18 remaining in the third, and Hillcrest has our only 2 goals of the third quarter. It's a slow pace of scoring, but 2-0, 2 is more than 0.
100%. I mean, it's just kind of, it's interesting. Like we saw with Logan, and we see with this team as well, the Huskies. They have something about them. It's just with Logan, their defense is pretty solid. It's their attack that's not the greatest, and with the Huskies, their defense isn't the greatest, and their attack is pretty great. So if you were able to get both of those teams onto one team, you might have a really, really good team.
Down the near side, Baxter Martin switching over here for Trev Stowers. Stowers fakes a shot, fakes a pass, then opens up a shot and misses wide right. Wide left. 4 minutes, 3 seconds remaining.
Oh, they're giving it to...
Christensen was closest to it.
Yeah.
Owen Lichty disagrees, but he'll have to jog out and give this ball back to the keeper.
I mean, the keeper definitely did, it seemed, outrun them. Remember, where the stick is at, it doesn't matter. It's where the positioning of the person is at. It's just instinct to stick that out.
4 minutes remaining in quarter number 3. Hillcrest up the far side of the field. Hesitates, then turns that corner on the far side. Couple good moves from Mason Stahlberger, but he's bumped out of play.
No, they called him offsides, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah, they did. There's only 3 Hillcrest Huskies back behind the 50. Someone lost track.
Well, there was 2 guys. 2 guys.
Someone tried to make a substitution and creeped across the 50, I think, as well.
Oh, okay. Maybe that. I didn't see that, but...
There was one on the far side and one on the near side. Wrapping around the net. Drawing a flag now. Flags fly simultaneously from both sides of the field. Green Canyon on a delayed penalty. No. A third flag flies now. Who's that going to be on? There's 3 pieces of laundry on the field right now. No, 4.
They're going to give 17 from Hillcrest because they're going to say that those weren't legal wrap checks, which they seemed pretty legal to me. The coach didn't like it for some reason on Green Canyon.
It's Caden Caldwell, the guilty Hillcrest Husky, that's heading into the penalty area. He's showing 2 minutes. Not a lot of hand gestures there, but he explains to the scorer's table and showed 2 fingers, so I think Caldwell's in there for 2 minutes for 2 separate wrap check offenses. I think probably one a slash and another one an illegal hit or something like that.
It could have been. I mean, they look worse than probably what they were, but it probably was illegal for sure.
Ball right at midfield, down on the turf again. Scooped up by Chase Rowley, and he runs away from pressure. Rowley through 4 Huskies, rips one and scores bottom left. Chase Rowley on a tear. The senior defensive midi on the score sheet multiple times tonight.
That was a great read. I mean, if the Huskies aren't going to be able to slide like they're supposed to or be into it as much as they are, Green Canyon's going to take advantage of it every single time.
Rowley's second is good for Green Canyon's 12th. They get the lead back up to 7 and break that scoreless third quarter that they were experiencing for 9 minutes and 11 seconds. Excuse me, 8 minutes and 11 seconds. I'm bad at math. I talk about sports for a living. What do you expect?
I mean, you do run those numbers pretty great, Stockton, so I can't sit here and say anything else.
12-5 Green Canyon. Back to the face-off circle we go. Face-off taken by the freshman Austin Bear this time, and he wins it.
That was very clean.
Plenty of younger faces getting meaningful playoff action for Green Canyon today, and you love to be in that position.
Oh, yeah. As a freshman playing in a playoff game with your team, that's a big deal.
Reeder shakes a defender, goes right at the doorstep, off the crossbar, rebound falls to a teammate, and a great save by Christensen.
Wow. Again, it just shows you that this team would be in a worse off position if he wasn't in between the pipes.
Yeah, that rebound went right into the cradle of Owen Lichty, and he hit the body of Christensen. Now Christensen taking a couple bumps, gets the pass off to midfield. Pearson cutting to the right, now back towards the middle of the field. Pass to the near side for Tawari. 2 minutes remaining in the third. Tawari right into the middle. Pass to the left, bounce shot through the legs. 5-hole goal for Franco Wins, and it's 12-6.
One of the cleanest plays we've seen in a long time for them right now. That was a very, very well-executed passing play right there.
Yeah, to your point, I think that's the first time we've seen them go end-to-end without, a dropped pass, a deflected something.
Yeah.
And just clean lacrosse. And that's, again, what I'm saying. There's the attack for not Clearfield, Hillcrest is so fluid. They look good when they're making their passes. They're in sync, and they've got a couple of really good attackers in Tawari and Welker, in Zeke Young and Ivan Pearson, even Franco Wins, who just scored that goal.
Yeah.
It really just, it's hard to watch the other side of the field.
Yeah, no, it's definitely. I mean, again, it doesn't seem like they have a lot of defensive players as main players, I should say, on their team. They have long poles out there, but I don't think it's their main position. I think they do have midfielders playing defense and attack playing defense, and they're switching off every once in a while. So it just is difficult as a defenseman to just keep it out there. You'll get gas, especially if it's always on your side too. So that's another thing that they have to pick it up, because if they want to have some sort of break, they need to have the possession of the ball on the opposite side.
Timeout called right after that goal so our teams can regroup. You're listening to Region 11 Playoff Lacrosse on 100.9 Light FM and CashValleyDaily.com. This game brought to you by DD Auto and Salvage, Cache Valley's #1 place to get the most money for junk vehicles and scrap metal. Pickup is available as well. Call 435-787-1204. No job is too big.
You know, another reasoning why Green Canyon could have called that, timeout right there is because when the ball is on the opposite side of wherever you're at for a long period of time, once it gets on your side, you might actually get within those few minutes a little rusty and forget what you're supposed to do. So it's probably their way of going, hey, these guys do have an attack. Defense has to be aware of everything, and so defense needs to tighten up if we want to be able to have a good score out of this game.
So you think that's just kind of a product of they got used to spectating on defense?
More than likely, yeah. I mean, even when I was playing defense and my attack was constantly on, or my midfielders and my attackmen were constantly on the offense, I mean, you'd sit there kind of picking daisies almost,
Another face-off win for our mystery man, number 98. Forgot to ask who that was at halftime. I'm going to do that between quarters.
Yeah. He needs his props.
Back up to Paps now at the point. Rainey comes off. Liam Todd joins the attack. Todd back to Pabst. Down that far side. Circling to the near side and down the line for number 22. That's Jaden Sessions joining the attack for Green Canyon as well. Now Sessions behind the net for Reeder. Reeder trying to backhand that in. No, excuse me, that's Carson Thompson, and he scores. Or is it Reeder? I can't see the number. It is Hayden Reeder. I was right the first time. Minute 16 left in the third quarter. Hayden Reeder back on the score sheet for the second time tonight. 13-6 Green Canyon. And they're just kind of sitting at that 7-goal lead this quarter. And a well-called timeout now you see for Green Canyon as they sit, talk about that goal. Now it takes them all of 38 seconds to respond.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Back to center. Poked through the legs of 98. Hillcrest almost comes away with it, but Bryson Pabst is there to scoop it up on the far boundary. Oh, no, it's still loose. Comes flying out of the scrum and goes out of play. This will be Husky ball on that far boundary. Brought back in on the far side by Welker. Up to the point for Vickers. Vickers will just kind of float around the point for a minute again. Green Canyon's defense, for the most part, has been collapsed 10 to 15 yards from goal. We've only seen one long-range attempt from Hillcrest, but it did hit the back of the net. Excellent work from Jamison Stores on that far side to hit that ball free right in front of the crease, helping out his little brother. And now Pabst across the 50. Ball came free for a moment, but he scooped it up in motion and now establishes possession for Green Canyon. 20 seconds remaining in the third quarter. To the near side for Stowers. Clock down to 15. Stowers down the near side hash marks. Now down to the goal line. Lichty behind the net. Finds Reeder. Pass into the middle. Goes between three different Wolves. 5 seconds now on the clock. Stowers scoops it up. 3-2. Long shot. Stowers over the crossbar. Wrangled by Christensen. And that's how we'll end the third quarter. 36 minutes in the books. 12 to go. Green Canyon leads by 7. It's 13-6. Preston, what are you looking for out of Green Canyon as they wrap this one up?
I see them probably playing a lot of their younger guys right now. Like you said, big moments to play for younger guys in a playoff game. No matter what playoff game it is, it's still a big moment for you because you get to play with a little bit what I would consider a better, team regardless of who you are, if it's JV or not. And, the Huskies definitely need to kind of just spark something up. It's not like they can't maybe come back if they really tried hard enough. But as far as their defense is, if their defense doesn't tighten it up, Green Canyon's going to smell the blood in the water and just take it to them.
Final quarter break here from North Logan. Stockton Jukes, Preston Rice with you. 12 more minutes coming up in about 30 seconds here on 100.9 Light FM and CashValleyDaily.com. Your video experience is powered by Adams Wealth Advisors.
Play it now, my baby. Crackling rose and make them smile.
I have a deal for you. I'll turn the cable back on when you get my kitchen floor finished.
How do I do that in time to watch my team win?
Use the expert help at Castalite. For all your brick, block, rock, paver, and tile needs, Castalite.com.
When a client walks into the office, I want them to feel like they have a team that is full-time working for them.
We really start from the ground up, setting our goals, understanding your situation, and then building the plan to maximize that quality of life.
Visit Adams Wealth Advisor.
Time for the final quarter of action here in North Logan. Stockton Jukes, Preston Rice with you on 100.9 Light FM and CashValleyDaily.com. Green Canyon looks to have won our opening face-off of the fourth quarter, and now Bryson Pabst picks up the speed into the box for Green Canyon, then hits the brakes and establishes possession. 15 seconds down in our final quarter of action. Green Canyon going right to left, but then Pabst throws a pass too high, working towards the near boundary, and that play is whistled down for a reason I don't quite understand. It looks like it is going to be Hillcrest ball, but they whistled that dead before the ball went across the boundary. Confusing. Up the near side, Huskies find Tawari still in front of midfield, and Green Canyon's middies are all right in front of that 50, trying to work that ball free. Pabst takes a couple whacks. Tawari gets across the 50. But then he's held up immediately. That ball comes free, and Pabst has it.
Ooh.
Over the top. Finds Carson Thompson, and Pabst gets blown up by Tawari. Tawari's still throwing shoulders at him, and Tawari throwing another shoulder at him is going to get flagged. A second flag flies. I think they're both going to get thrown in the box here.
Yeah, you can't hide that. You both were kind of going at it, guys. Don't worry.
And listen, I'll say in Bryson's defense, he was responding.
Yeah.
You can't respond like that, and I think Pabst does know better. But Tawari, that's just frustration coming in from him. And for Hillcrest, I do understand. But again, you don't like to see those kinds of things out of a team that has been throwing extra shoulders, throwing extra chicken wings, and saying extra words to these Green Canyon Wolves.
Yeah, and I can see that. I mean, both guys were at fault. I mean, number 7 was getting hit by Pabst the entire time. He didn't like it. As soon as he saw Pabst have the ball, he kind of tried to get at him at least a little bit. And then, you know, Pabst definitely did something and then pretended like he didn't do anything. It's the game. It's the name of the game. It happens. It's the game.
Bryson's coaches, as Bryson throws his hands in the air, telling him to, hey, quiet down. The official's coming back over here. The call is going to be offsetting. He just made the ejection motion. I don't know who it's against, though.
He's probably warning everybody that the next time this happens, they're going to be ejected.
That makes sense. It was a very lackluster ejection motion. Usually if someone's actually getting tossed, you get your money's worth out of it.
And I mean, at this point, both teams are getting frustrated. One because they're getting called on too much, and one because they're losing by a lot. So I mean, the frustration's there. The refs are aware of it. I mean, we don't want what happened with Logan when I wasn't here that during that game.
So it'll be 5-on-5 lacrosse for a minute. Up top, Liam Todd. Thought about a shot from 20 yards out. Instead, goes to his right on the goal line for Lichty. Back up top, Brunson. Brunson across the box for Checkitz. Checkitz rips one from 15 off a body, and I think that went off the hand of Stahlberger. Right back at it now. Checkitz from the point. Down low to the near side, off the cradle for Hayden Reeder and out of play. Turnover on Green Canyon with 10:40 to play in the fourth. This will be taken off the near side by Porter Robinson. Robinson pass over to Christensen. Out of the crease now. Christensen, a low one, almost intercepted by Brunson, but it bounces over his stick and gets across the 50. Scooped up on the back end by Pearson. Pearson immediately under pressure. And Green Canyon's defense has it. Josh Young. Young across the 50 on the far side of the field. Low pass knocked down by Checkitz. He'll scoop it up. Checkitz to the near side. Down to the goal line. Lichty's shot from a tight angle is bodied down by Christensen, and he makes another huge save for the Huskies. 10 minutes remaining in this contest. Speed from Franco wins into the attacking zone. Short arms a shot way out in front of the goal. Baxter Martin comes out to scoop it up.
Is Baxter in goal?
Yep, they have Baxter Martin playing goalie.
Huh.
That's awesome. Now a long stick running down into the zone. A quick shot into the body. Who is that? That's number 2, Daniel Rowe. Also, we found out our mystery man, number 98, is actually number 43, Chase Orm. 9.5 now to play. That ball bouncing across midfield. Stabbed at and finally scooped up by Hayden Reeder. He steps into the box and spins out to slow it down. Now across to Pabst in the middle. Hillcrest defense finally pushing out on Green Canyon. They're taking away some of those shot opportunities, but Rowley streaking in from behind as the trail man could not corral a beautiful pass that would have opened up a shot.
Get back in, get back in.
Rowley runs it down at the back boundary. Passes up the far line for Brunson. Now Stower's back on the field as both men out of the penalty box.
Nice poke check.
Excellent stick check from Richardson. And Richardson breaks Hillcrest across the 50. A couple shoves, though, and just barely staying onside was Ian Welker. Now, final pass to the far side and a goal. That's number 22, Zeke Young, with his third of the night, and he's got a hat trick. Final goal coming against Baxter Martin in net. Now Martin's going to sub off. Replacing him is going to be the freshman Austin Grossbeck, who actually does play goalie.
I mean, it's fun to have a good time, but at the same time, it is a playoff game. You guys got to be a little into it.
I think the conversation with Baxter was, hey, we'll let you in there until you get scored on.
Yeah, which they can allow a few of those.
He stood in there for 3.5 minutes, so give him that.
I give it to him. I'm not saying anything. I gave it to him. I'm just saying, you know, it's a playoff game. If this was a regional game as far as like their last game and they knew it was going to be, they were making the playoffs regardless, yeah. I'm just a little bit more, I get too serious when it comes to playoff games personally for me.
Whistles on the faceoff as one of Hillcrest's attackers came too close to midfield. Orm takes it to the far side and passes off for Brunson. Now Brunson gets past 2 with his speed. Stick save out of nowhere from Christensen. Lichty behind the net. Reeder near side. Whips one.
Oof.
Top left.
Gnarly.
There's just no pressure on him within 10 yards of goal, and that is a recipe for disaster, Preston. You cannot give a guy like that with that many points on the season that much space.
No, he's going to be able to place it wherever he wants at that point. He's a Hawkeye when it comes to that, so he will definitely place it wherever he wants to place it.
Green Canyon responds to the Zeke Young goal in 16 seconds flat. Hayden Reeder puts the lead back at 7. It's 14-7 Green Canyon. And Reeder's got 3. Face-off dot once again. Forced through the legs. Austin Bear running after it. Still on the turf. Scooped up behind by Rainey. Down to the doorstep. Looking for Lichty. Goes off a helmet. Scooped up in a scrum by Reeder. And his stick takes a bump at the last second to keep that shot from beating Christensen, because it sure was going to.
Yeah, and again, I'll say it like a broken record over and over and over again. If it wasn't for him in that cage, it would be a completely different game for the Huskies.
From the far side, Zeke Young staying on those far hash marks under pressure, about 15 yards out from goal. Now gets around his defender, takes a shot at that far post, goes off the post, and then a rebound falls perfectly for Welker. He scores top right corner. Grossbeck just didn't have enough time to come back across.
I mean, those rebounds, if you have a rebound and it goes back to the team that was shooting, it's difficult to get back onto it. You know, you hate to call them this, but even in hockey they're called garbage goals. Nothing about a goal is garbage, but that's what they call them.
So that's 3 for Welker now. We've got multiple hat tricks in this one. But it's still 14-8 Green Canyon with 7:30 to play. Hillcrest is going to have to play the best defense of their entire season for the next 7.5 minutes if they want a chance to make the trip down to Payson in 2 nights.
Yeah, definitely.
Scrum for the faceoff is won once again by Austin Bear. The freshman being left on the dot and making the most of it. Now across the box for Brunson, and Brunson scores. Green Canyon responds this time in 13 seconds, and again, it's 1 step forward, 2 steps back for the Huskies.
Yeah, it's difficult for it's difficult for the offense to get a team going if the defense continuously lets the opposing team just kind of run down them like that. Because your offense can score as many goals as you want. The momentum's there. Defense kind of doesn't allow you to have the momentum continue going type of thing. They're not putting the fuel to the fire.
7:17 remaining in quarter number 4. Green Canyon back up to a 7-goal lead. It's 15-8. Face-off flung out towards Baxter Martin. Gets the body positioning. That ball flies up in the air, though, does not stay in the cradle. And once again, it's Austin Bear getting to it. Draws a flag from Hillcrest as a man goes down. It's going to be Zeke Young heading to the box. Up the near side line. Tag Checkett sees the flag, registers the delayed penalty, and Green Canyon will bring Trev Stowers onto the attack. Now into the middle, Baxter Martin trying to get through 2. Runs out of space, has to circle back to the point, and another flag coming in.
It's going to be a slash. One's going to be a slash. The other one's probably going to be a legal wrap check.
So Mason Stahlberger, number 44, is going to be called for the slash, I believe. And then number 22, Zeke Young, for the other one. We'll see what the official call is. But a 2-man advantage for Green Canyon with 6:45 to play and a 7-goal lead. One more goal, and we can probably put a bow on this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is an illegal hit. Push to the ground on number 22, Zeke Young. 60-second 2-man advantage for Green Canyon, 6-on-4. And it looks like we're going to have a defensive substitution as well. Grady Herzog coming off, replacing him, Jamison Stores.
Well, they're going to have a stick check for number 10.
Yeah, they're checking Baxter Martin's stick. A little confused as to why that ball stayed in there after all those hits, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, you can't blame the refs for checking stuff like that, considering the fact that, an illegal pocket's an illegal pocket.
And I will say, it looks like he does have a new cradle, too. He's rocking the purple head tonight.
Yeah, well, he uses that as his face-off, and when he goes on attack sometimes as well, or when he plays attack deep midi. But, I mean, the guy who's been scoring the most goals, the guy who's been kind of in the game the most, and the ball never seems to fall out. It might not even be his fault if the pocket were to become illegal, because over time it just loosens up. But we'll see right now.
Stick's good.
Okay.
Now, do you think that was initiated by the officials, or do you think...
I mean, it could be from the opposing it could be from the opposing team.
Yeah, just trying to get something out of a really bad situation.
Exactly. I mean,
and again, just confusion about how does that ball stay in his possession through all that. I'll tell you how Baxter Martin goes to the weight room.
Yeah. Yeah.
He believes in lifting metal, and the results are right there for you.
Outside of that's my living, dude, as a welder and as an iron worker.
No another word for Baxter Martin?
Huh.
Beefcake.
He is fast.
Over the crossbar from Martin on the far side, just off the hash marks, probably 10 yards from goal.
He is fast. He is also very in the game, and I would hate to be on the opposing side when he hits somebody. He definitely looks like he can pack a punch.
Really good idea for the pass, just a little too early. Ends up with Pabst. Now across the face of goal to the near side. Scooped up by Martin. Sidearm shot, just missed that far post, and Bryson is going to follow it out to keep it with Green Canyon. 26 seconds off the power play for Green Canyon, now 30 seconds remaining. Up top, Tag Checkett. Fakes the shot left, cuts back to the right. Now makes the pass. Rowley down the line on the far side. Shot gets deflected, a stick in the lane, and he couldn't follow through on it. Max Brunson rolls back to the back corner for Bryson. Pabst up the line. Brunson. Across. Penalty about to be released for Hillcrest. Down low, near side. Baxter Martin into the body, and it squeezes in off the right side of Christensen and inside the near post.
Yeah, I think
right as Hillcrest was about to kill it off.
I know. I think
it's an even strength goal by a second, Preston.
Yeah, I was just about to say. But on top of that, I think Christensen stopped the ball. He just took one too many steps for it to kind of just creep through at that point, which is a very common thing as a goalie. It's happened to me numerous times where I've stopped the ball, I moved my leg, and it just rolled right in.
Baxter has his second. Green Canyon's got their lead up to 8. 5:44 to play here in North Logan. And like I said, I think that you can probably just about put a bow on this one now.
Yeah, definitely. I believe so as well.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the UHSAA 4A lacrosse playoff bracket now. We know that Ridgeline's going to be heading to Judge Memorial on Thursday afternoon. We now have a pretty good inkling that Green Canyon's going to be heading south to Payson. 6 p.m. first face-off on Thursday. Again, Bear River will be hosting the winner of Cedar and Jordan. Skyview hosting the winner of Dixie Crimson Cliffs. I believe Dixie came away with that one. Mountain Crest over Logan to head down to Waterford on Thursday afternoon as well. And then Westfield will be hosting the winner of Desert Hills Mountain View. Ball rolls out in front of the crease. Picked up by Reeder. Near post. Shot. Goal. Owen Lichty. The freshman, Owen Lichty, putting on quite the display tonight. Give him his hat trick. Preston, what are you seeing out there for Hillcrest? Is it just...
They're just, they're watching an opposing team have a good time because they're winning and, a little bit of celebrations here and there. It's just not a good feeling, and nobody wants to be on the other end of this 8-17 goal.
9 goals now for Green Canyon is their largest lead of the night with 5:05 to play.
So it's just, you hate to watch a team lose like this, but at the same time, they kind of got deflated. They're trying to push it a little bit here and there. But when an opposing team loses the way that they have, it's not fun no matter what.
Over to the far side now, Huskies on the attack with 4:45 to play. And Hillcrest, with the kind of bits and pieces of positivity that we've seen from this team and things that they can build off of, they are only going to lose 5 seniors, and we haven't even seen one of them play tonight.
Yeah.
Silas Otching, number 2, has not been on the field for Hillcrest this evening. But Shine Vickers, Caden Caldwell, Porter Robinson, and Zeke Young are the 4 that have been on the field that are going to graduate for Hillcrest, as they do get one back there. Cut the lead back down to 8. And it's 17-9 Green Canyon with 4:27 to go. Did you catch the number of who scored there?
No, I was paying attention to the defense and seeing the new defenseman in the middle right there. He just came in, number 13. My eyes moved to where that was at.
Green Canyon's lead back down to 8 now with 4:27 to play in the fourth quarter. Back to the face-off dot we go, and again, it's going to be number 32, Austin Bear, for Green Canyon. Wins another face-off for the Wolves, this time against Mason Stahlberger. Liam Todd's got it with speed, through the middle, given space, pass down to the goal line. Lichty rips one again right into the pocket of Christensen. Now a good pass from the goalie to midfield, Ian Pelger. A freshman long stick here for Hillcrest, gets the pass off. Rolling shot, Welker off the side netting.
Goal. I mean, from every angle, it did look like a go-in. So
yeah, the net moved. It just hit the wrong side of the net.
Exactly.
3:55 to play. Liam Todd gets past 2 Huskies across the 50, right down the middle and into the box. Pass off to the right side for Stowers. Now back to Todd. To his left, connects with Bryson Bailey. Bailey circles up to the top from the near side. Fakes right, cuts left, looking for the shot, passes down behind for Brunson instead. Brunson moving to the far side. Circles around that far post, now up to the point, taken in by Stowers. Near side, Bailey. To the point, Liam Todd, right back over to Stowers. 3 minutes, 10 seconds remaining. Trev Stowers trying to get around one. Avoids a wrap check off the post, and I think that might have been the stick of Christensen hitting the post after making the save. We've got a timeout called by Hillcrest, and I think it's their final one of the night. No, they might still have one left.
Yeah, at this point, I think Hillcrest just wants to be able to get maybe 1 or 2 more goals before the end of the game, just to be able to be in it. And, I mean, the fact that this team is not – I mean, it looks like a worse number than it is, but the fact that they've even been able to almost put up 10 points against this team, Green Canyon, says a lot about what the potential of this team is as well. We all know Green Canyon is very good. They're big, they're fast, they're very physical when they need to be, and they know how to control it. Sometimes they don't, but that's just because they're high schoolers. But the fact that, you know, the Huskies have been able to keep up with them, even if it doesn't seem that great, is a good thing. So
3 minutes, 5 seconds remaining here in this contest. It's an 8-goal lead for Green Canyon. This one is felt over for a long time, and it's nearly, I guess nothing's ever technically impossible, but it's just about mathematically impossible for the Huskies now.
Oh, well, yeah, and you don't even want to say that because, you know, these guys have been putting, a few of them have been putting a lot of effort into it no matter what the score is. They keep pushing forward no matter what. But it's true. I mean, even with the best of the best teams, this might be a very difficult mountain to climb with just 3 minutes and 5 seconds left in this game.
But again, like you said, there's been a lot of positive effort from a couple guys out there. I think Ian Welker, number 10, freshman attacker.
Oh, yeah.
For Hillcrest. He's been having quite the game. He's got a hat trick. And, you know, if he's got 3 more years with Hillcrest as they're moving up to 5A next year, that's something good to build off of when their competition's just going to get tougher.
Oh, yeah. And they've been, like I said, the potential is there. If anybody knows and has been listening with Green Canyon, they're always a solid team. You know, they might lose a few games here and there throughout the season, but their record doesn't show how good this team is in general. And the fact that they are pushing out as much as they are, I would like to see them go pretty far in this next few brackets that we have in this.
Oh, what a huge hit. Castellite, rock hard hit at the far side of the box. No flags, no nothing. But good work from Jameson Soares to help Tawari up after that hit. I like to see that, you know, throughout the game, Green Canyon, most of them have stayed, you know, pretty respectful and have shown good sportsmanship.
Well, the ones that are going to be a little bit more aggressive are the ones that a lot of their players look to them.
Yep.
You know, so you can't get too upset with them. They're the ones that.
Well, and they've also been somewhat victimized every now and then by a couple different flags or hits or maybe even words that they didn't like.
Exactly. I get it.
But at the same time, you know, I think Green Canyon, one of the best things that I really love about this school. Oh, what an excellent spin and a goal again for Ian Welk. No, excuse me, that looks to be number 15, Ivan Pearson. Made a great move at that far post to lose his defender and spin free right on top of the crease. It's 17-10 with 1:55 to go. So some good stuff to end the season on, some good stuff to build off of here. But again, it is going to be a tough couple minutes in just under 2 minutes for 5 of these guys on this Hillcrest team.
Oh, yeah, 100%. But, I mean, they got it to 10. So, I mean, again, whoever Green Canyon plays next, it's going to be a challenge for them. And I think it's going to be a really good game. But the fact that the Huskies were able to put up 10 points against a very solid team says a lot about them and themselves as well.
Back to center we go one more time, possibly. Austin Bear, the face-off man, just throws that through the legs like a center, and Baxter Martin scoops it up. Trying to get it back to the near side for Bear. It goes past his stick, but it's scooped up by Reeder. Reeder to his right, over the head of Liam Todd. Taken in by Brunson. Long shot, Max Brunson, goal.
That was a great, great shot right there.
Hat trick, Max Brunson with 1:39 to play. Green Canyon doing a whole lot of scoring inside of 15 seconds after a Hillcrest goal tonight.
Yeah, it almost feels like Green Canyon doesn't like when they get that goal shot on them like that, and they just want to take it back. They just want to answer back to every goal if they can, which this game has shown that they did every single time.
Leads back up to 8 for the Wolves. It's 18-10. Again, Green Canyon now looking ahead to Thursday afternoon, a 6 p.m. first face-off down at Payson, just south of Spanish Fork. It's probably about a 3-hour drive for the fellas. And with that 6 p.m. face-off, they're probably getting home, I'd say, midnight.
Yeah.
Or later.
Maybe a little bit later. I mean, depending on how the game goes in itself, they might be coming home early, late. We'll see.
Looks like we've had one more timeout called by Green Canyon. I think they were concerned about possession time there for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, just take what you can. You kind of already know what the outcome is going to be. You're probably just going to tell your boys, let's not do anything too drastic. Let's not do anything too exciting. Let's take the W and let's go on to the next day and then Thursday, and we'll go from there.
And this offensive performance for Green Canyon is a mark that they have not hit in just over 2 months. They won 20-0 at Hurricane and 18-3 at Cedar on March 7th and 8th, respectively. They have not gotten back to 18 since then, but they've done it tonight.
I mean, 18's a big number in any sport, especially with what can be a low-scoring game as far as lacrosse, depending on an evenly matched team type of thing. But 18's a pretty high number regardless of what you say. So for the fact that they got 3 games with 18-plus points, that, again, shows you how well Green Canyon can be as solid as they are.
Minute 27 remaining in this one. Wrapping up the first round of the UHSAA 4A lacrosse playoffs. Ridgeline with a victory earlier today against Orem. They'll head to Judge Memorial 4 p.m. Thursday afternoon. Green Canyon wrapping this one up. They'll head to Payson 6 p.m. Thursday evening. Other games to keep an eye on in Region 11. Bear River will host the winner of Cedar and Jordan at 4 p.m. on Thursday. Skyview will host the winner of Dixie Crimson Cliffs. Believe Dixie won that one. That'll be a 4 p.m. first face-off as well up in Smithfield. Westfield hosting 4 p.m. the winner of Desert Hills Mountain View, as Hillcrest is going to get one more attack. 60 seconds remaining in this game. Far side. Flag flies. I think Green Canyon's got a delayed penalty, and as Grosbeck scoops this one up, they'll have to address it. It's going to be a slash on Green Canyon, and Hillcrest will finish this game with a penalty unless they can score in the next 52.9. In the box, Josh Young, the senior, getting called for the slash there with the long stick.
Paps is out there with the long stick.
Yeah, they gave Bryson a 6-footer. He's going to play up along that near post. To the far side now. Back up towards the point, and it gets away from Shine Vickers. Now a Hail Mary for Hayden Reeder. That's going to slow down for him. Luckily, he'll scoop it up in the near side corner in the attacking zone. 28 seconds remaining in this game. Reeder hits the brakes, opens up a shot, and skies it. Owen Lichty follows it out with 24.4 to go. And Hillcrest is going to have to play defense up a man in the last 20 seconds of this game. Great stick save from Christensen off a awkward angle shot from the far side. Pass up the near side, way over everyone and everything. That'll roll all the way back to Green Canyon's defense. Miles Robinson whips it to the 50. What a great pass. Brunson takes the shot with a second left, and that is going to be the game. Green Canyon wins it 18-10. They move on from the first round of the 4A UHSAA lacrosse playoffs, and they will head to Payson, the number 7 seed, on Thursday at 6 p.m. Preston, go ahead. Give me your final thoughts for this one. We'll keep it brief here.
Green Canyon played an amazing game. They came out with a head full of steam like they have been for this whole season. The Huskies have nothing to be really upset about considering the fact that they just lost, but there's so much potential with this young team, and I think they can go far if they keep it going.
Hillcrest moving up to 5A next year as they will enter a new region. They'll be playing in Region 4 with the likes of Cypress, Granger, Hunter, Kearns, Taylorsville, West, and West Jordan. Green Canyon going to be in Region 11 still, but 4A Region 11 is going to look very, very different next year. Bear River, Green Canyon, Mountain Crest, Ridgeline, and Skyview staying in the region. Logan's getting dropped down to 3A. And joining Region 11, Tooele, Stansbury, and Desert Peak, all out west of Salt Lake Valley, 2 hours by car at minimum. And that's going to be Region 11 for the next 2 years. A little bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. Preston, if we get a chance to do another lacrosse game this season, it would be great. But if not, it's been another fun season with you up here in the booth.
I've had a great time calling these games. I enjoy lacrosse. The game of it is amazing to me, and I will always have a special place for lacrosse in my heart.
Thank you so much for tuning in with us here on 100.9 Light FM and Cache Valley Daily. Region 11 Lacrosse brought to you by the Green Canyon Booster Club. The Boosters support sports throughout the year and would like to say thanks to all those local businesses and individuals who support Green Canyon and its students. Also, a big thank you to Cache Valley Daily. The latest news about what's going on in your community is found on Cache Valley Daily, including photo galleries and replays of local sports like tonight's game. Finally, a big thank you to Adams Wealth Advisors. They power your video experience. You can expect specific guidance from advisors who adhere to principles of honesty, professionalism, and integrity. Visit AdamsWealthAdvisors.com. For Preston Rice, I'm Stockton Jukes signing off. Round 1 of the UHSAA 4A lacrosse playoffs. Green Canyon wins 18-10, and they head to Payson on Thursday evening. We will see you around Cache Valley. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
No one's gonna take me alive. The time has come to make things right.
They really can put your logo on just about anything. That's what they do at the Logo Shop. Businesses, teams, booster clubs, school organizations. Call the Logo Shop and have them show you the possibilities. The Logo Shop, committed to schools, teams, and youth groups.
This has been a presentation of Region 11 Spring Sports on 107.7 FM and CacheValleyDaily.com. This broadcast of Region 11 Sports has been brought to you by Cache Valley Daily and the Cache Valley Media Group, covering the Skyview Bobcats, Green Canyon Wolves, Logan Grizzlies, Bear River Bears, Ridgeline Riverhawks, and Mountain Crest Mustangs. Watch replays of previous games on CacheValleyDaily.com.